Alright everybody, I'm back and now we're going to do a brake chamber. We're going to take this brake chamber here apart. I was going to dechamber it, disarm it so it doesn't spring. These chambers here, you gotta know what you're doing. Alright, see they got a clamp here. I'm going to take it off at the clamp. Problem is, if there's no air to this chamber and you take that clamp off, this thing can either seriously hurt you or kill you. If this thing hits you in your face, you're done. So you gotta be extra careful with these brake chambers. Now, I was gonna put the chamber bolt in there. I got a pair of vice grips in the back. I'll show you that I got the push rod. I mean, the brakes are not adjusted anyway. They're all backed off, so I don't think the push rod would come through anyway if I took this off. But I put the vice grips on the push rod anyway, just to be on the safe side. So now I gotta figure out how to get this apart. I mean, I could take it off from the slack adjuster, depending if that pin is seized, and then take the whole assembly off together. But I need to get this off to see what's going on in here. I'm curious to see what's inside here to see if it's springs in backwards or it's just an old spring. So what I'm gonna do is, I got air to the trailer. This is fully up. I know you can't see it because it's crooked. So the chamber's getting ready to be no good anyway, because the spring is starting to turn inside the chamber, and it's starting to go crooked. Now usually when they go crooked, you'll start seeing a spring come across here. Eventually the spring will break, and then you got no chamber left. You got no chamber inside, no braking power. The chamber is not going to work. There's one thing I did forget, didn't I? Got a pry bar. Shoot. Let me get a pry bar real fast. Hang on. I want to get a pry bar here. So what I want to do is, I always remember everybody, I'm not showing you how to do things. I'm just showing you what I do, what my job is actually about. So this is why I'm doing these videos, especially for different content for you guys besides seeing me scratch tickets every day. So anyway, so I got the air on, so this chamber's up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me show you the vice grips. Look at them brakes. All right, so you see there, I got the vice grips on here, so this push rod doesn't slam. I got the brakes backed all the way off, so this is all the way back. Haven't adjusted the brakes on this thing yet. We'll do that last, because I got to grease the slacks and all that. And I got to check for brake stroke afterwards. So it kind of sucks that I can't get a chamber bolt. So hard to see if, yeah, okay. All right, so this is what we'll do. We'll start taking this apart. Got some wrenches here. Oh, first thing we'll do, none of y'all saw I jammed nut back there. I jammed that at the slack adjuster. There is everything. 16. Before I take this apart, I want to, where's my torch? Oh, there it is. I want to loosen that jam nut in case I have to unscrew this from the slack adjuster. From the clevis, actually. So you're not going to see me for a minute. I heat these up because usually these jam nuts won't turn anymore. So I heat the nut up so I can at least turn it. so it just broke loose. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to go back this off a little bit, just a few threads. That should work right there. All right, so what we'll do is, looks like the camera's not even. All right, so what we'll do is I'm going to take this line off first. Now, no air will come out of this because this is the service line anyway. So you have to hit the brakes for the air to even apply. So I just want to take this off for now because it's on that plastic, stupid plastic multifunction valve. If anything drops or goes wrong, I don't want this connected here. So they got the emergency supply going chamber to chamber. Take this. Yeah, what does it look like? I guess it is. Sorry. I will get better at filming this stuff. Just making sure. It's hard. The screens are small, these cameras. So it's really hard to tell too. And I didn't show you check operation. Anything you do, like those airlines that were replaced earlier or yesterday, I didn't check operation while you were there. But since I got the air on, you notice the emergency side on this valve here is not leaking, so that's good. So I got tight enough. Okay, so I got this off right now. So like I said, this chamber's up. So I'm going to take this clamp off, and this is probably just going to drop down. If I need to put something under it, well, maybe I won't. Once I get this apart, it's going to be okay. So let me get my impact on. You gotta be really careful taking these off. Even if you do think it's disarmed right now, as long as the air's to it, that rod inside here has retracted in, so there's no pressure. Should be no pressure on that. See that? There's no pressure. All right. Is this long enough? Oh, it is long enough to hit the ground. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, because I got the chamber off right here in my hand, I'm going to go release the brake. So it's going to be loud because you're going to hear the exhaust from the valve. So I'll be right back. Get to open this. Damn sinuses are killing me this week. Alright, so I got that off. Get underneath here. I'm on my creeper. Oops, sorry about that. Alright. So this here, I don't know if you can see this. This is a push lock here. So usually you'll push in, hold this collar down here. Hold this collar right here. I know it's hard to see. So push in, hold this down, and pull this out, and that disconnects it. And all you do is push it in, and it locks. That's called a push lock fitting in right there. So that was kind of easy. Usually they're not that easy to disconnect, especially when they've been around for a while. All right, so we're gonna take this chamber. So this chamber here on this side, on the emergency side, is bad. It's starting to go bad because it's starting to go crooked. The spring's starting to go crooked inside, and that's a heavy duty spring there. Okay, so here I'm going to take these vice grips off. I don't know if this is going to spring back. I want to put my hand here for now. We'll just go like that. So It's hard to tell. When I was looking at it, it looked kind of funky. It's a weird spring in there. It's not even kind of coned or anything. Let's see. I don't know that. Cotter pit's gonna come out. Well, it turns. Alright. Get a pair of pliers. I'll get that cotter pin out. Oops. Oh. One's not very long. So I don't need this anymore. I was going to put this other creeper seat, I was going to put the chamber on it while I went to release the brakes. Let me see if I can get this out. Oops. Get the collar pin out first. There we go. Collar pin. Okay. Now, see if this pushes out. Yep. Wow, okay. Usually these collar pins will get seized and all that and stuff like that. That's the clevis. Oh, did they cut that? That's why it looks so funky, because it's not a full spring. Where's my glasses? What is this, a long stroke? Yeah, this is a long stroke chamber too. I swear you must have cut that. Hard to tell. Anytime you see me looking at the camera, I'm just making sure it's recording, and then I'm in line with you guys so you can see this shit. Okay, so that does not look like a full spring. For the base side. And it looks like, oh yeah, no wonder. Okay, got it. All right, so this spring is bad. All right, so I'm gonna show you. See this here? This spring's broke. Right there. Let me see where this is at here. So that looks like 1, 2. Can I get this to turn off? Nah, I'm afraid of that. Okay, so I got what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 threads on this. Okay. Alright, let me see if I can get this off here. You guys are looking. Alright, and then I'll show you. So this spring broke, this spring here broke. I thought it looked funny because there's a hole there, and usually this stopper here was usually against that hole, so you really couldn't see. What happened was this spring here broke, you see. At first I thought somebody cut it, but I see the other part of the spring. So I knew something was wrong when I was looking through the hole. I just couldn't figure it out. So with that spring broke, it's not giving the full power of the spring to press up against the chamber. At first I thought it was the clevis being seized. We'll see if I can turn this with a pair of pliers. I won't be able to, but give it a try anyway. Might have to go, yeah, 'cause I gotta get that off to get this off. I might have to. Oops, that's not going to work. Actually, maybe down here. That might work. Let's see if we can see this. No, still can't see it. Alright, we'll figure it out. Another vice grips. Alright, so let's try it this way. There we go. Right, so I'm going to heat this up. Put it up here. Sorry. Alright. Let's heat this up. I might have to take this to the vice. Threads. Probably should have adjusted this before. There we go. Alright, so we got to turn it. Alright, so we got to turn off here. Alright. Didn't have to go to the vise after all. That's going to be a little toasty though. Alright, there we go. Okay, so this spring here, I'm still not going to be able to get it off without that nut. I need that nut there. Alright, well, I'm trying to get the broke piece out so you can see it better. Actually, let's do it like this. Okay, here we go. So there's the broke piece right there. See that? That's supposed to be here. I thought the spring looked kind of short a little bit, but that's supposed to be like that. And because this broke off, the spring power is not all there. So it definitely needs a new push. Technically, I wouldn't have to replace the push rod. If I have an extra spring, I can put a new spring on this rod. But because we already gave an estimate for a full chamber assembly, I will go ahead and replace the base. Because the base, well, the base looks okay, but we'll replace the base. And the base comes with a new push rod, new spring, and a new chamber. So that's a brake chamber assembly. It's going to be a long stroke. So yeah, so this is broke. The spring's broke, it's no good, so it does affect the braking power a little bit. Plus the chamber is getting to be no good. That's starting to go crooked. And once it goes fully crooked, you'll see a spring, or the actual heavy duty spring going across, and eventually after pressure, after a while, they'll break in half. And then I've had them where I take the chamber off, if you shake the chamber, you can hear the spring inside rattling around. So yeah, so either way, it's just better just to replace everything. Because we gave them the estimate for a full brake chamber assembly, so there's no real sense to cut corners or to be cheap or whatever, just to save time to put a new chamber on. So I'll take this base off, and I'll do that before we end this video. So hey, that's all right, 20 minutes, damn. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Back here. Oops, I got my glasses on. I got my glasses on. Because I wanted to look at that little spring. It sucks getting old, I'll tell you that much. All right, so what we're gonna do is we'll take this off. There's two big nuts on the back here, so I'm gonna heat them up because sometimes these will fail. These are welded, or not welded. Yeah, it's rated as inside, and they force this in there with this plate. But if it's really rusted, this whole thing will start spinning. Then you gotta cut it inside and get this thing off. So I'm gonna heat it up. Better chance, and we're gonna see if we can get this thing off here. So you'll probably see me in the front. Get this out the way. Damn, that's toasty. I forgot that was hot. I cannot believe sometimes I do that. Damn it. Can't believe I did that. All right, so y'all got to see that. There we go. 16. Out the way. I'm probably gonna break this video up in two. So once I get this base off, I'll show you how to get this base off. I'm gonna end this one and then cutting a new rod and all that for a new one. Because I'm going to probably take the new one apart also, because there's a reason why. All the rods are, you gotta cut the push rods to the proper braking stroke length. So it's just not putting on a new rod. I was thinking about putting you all back here, but you're not gonna see much back here, so I'll just stay up front. I can do it up front. Just go over the axle. So get my impact gun again. And so this thing comes off. Anyway, so that's how I take off a chamber, and that's how I do it if I can't dechamber it. Get the air gun. Actually, I think it. Oh, it's still in. There we go. Okay, here's the first nut. Right there. That's the first nut. Okay. Probably gonna have to go. Oops. Look at that. Damn, I'm just banging everywhere. Banging myself everywhere. Oh, you guys, I knocked you guys over too? No. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna get this off. Once this gets off, I think this video is probably a little bit too long. I thought I heard my phone go off. Alright, so let's get this last one done. Baby up. Yeah, I hate when they put the chambers on top of the axle instead of the bottom. Usually you'll see the chambers at the bottom of the axle. Stupid setup. Like I said, heat's valuable. If you're able to heat up a nut, as long as you can do it, where there's nothing that you can damage, hoses, airlines, simplex tubing, ABS lines, and try heating it up first. There you go. That's the base. All right, so I got that all apart. I'll clean this up here. Get all the whatever rust is here. Now this is sealing around here, but I'm gonna still clean this up. Spray some probably open gear lube around here to keep the moisture out, and then we'll put a new base in here. And you always gotta remember, you see where the marks are, where the original is, that base has to go in that sequence. So this one here is lower left, lower right, top right. So, all right, so that's gonna do it for the chamber. That's what it looks like with no chamber, and that's what the chamber base looks like. And then of course you saw the spring. Okay, so that's gonna do it for today, tonight, whenever, what time. So I'll see y'all on the next one.